now. What the fuck is going on here? Wait, did I just... No, I didn't. Fuck. My phone's acting up a little bit. I always gotta fix this. Every time I have to stop somewhere, I have to, like, you know, redo my whole kind of like soft reboot or something like that. How do I do this? All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, it's supposed to be plugged into my Chevrolet. Is it working? Nope. All right. All right, this is strange. I'm gonna start it off again. See what happened. Because sometimes all it takes is a reset. All right, so let's see. All right, Bluetooth connected. Perfect. All right. Good. So we're live, baby. Good. Yo, I've been rocking this new Eminem joint like the whole, well, since I heard it this morning. I'm like, oh, my dude is back. My guy is back. Dude, I'm happy as I had like such a nostalgia, right? Because so M's coming out with a new album. I think it's called what is it called? The Death of Slim Shady or something like that, right? And listen, I was a huge, actually I'm still a huge Eminem fan. You know, despite his political leaning, I don't care none of that stuff, yo. But like, I'm a huge Em fan, and the reason that is because I don't know, man. This dude got me through a lot. I would say, like, you know, growing up, I was a bit depressed. You know, I didn't really like my environment, and you actually, you know, I had the chance to, like, you know, help me cope and all that good stuff. Sometimes you listen to these things, you know, your anger, all the crap, and then to now, he's bringing you back that nostalgia from 2022. I mean, from 2002. Oh man, that shit took me back. So he came out with a new song today, I think, called Houdini, which is like it's pretty much like a remix from Guess Who's Back. No, not Guess Who's Back. From Without Me, and it's freaking dope. I like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So that was awesome. And I don't know when the album is coming out, but I can't wait to stream that on Spotify. And should I get me a hard copy too? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I should definitely do that. But yeah, and then a lot of things been going on. We you know, the Trump trial. So that kind of, like, you know, we got a guilty verdict and everything. Despite your political leaning, you gotta admit there will be some ramification in the future for a future president. My perspective on that is like, look, we had a Bush invaded the country, killed like millions of people, including a lot of our soldiers. And then you had, you know, Obeezy, he did some shitty stuff as well. So to me, it's politically motivated, right? But that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I don't want to talk politics on this channel. And so, however it's gonna come out, it opens up the door for other president to get prosecuted in the future, right? So it is what it is. And now I saw this video with Abba and Preach, right? And for I guess Fresh and Fit, they want to quit YouTube, right? These fools been creating havoc for a while now on YouTube. All right, my perspective on Fresh and Fit. I think the way I look at these guys, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And they appear to be making some good points, some valid points, right? And on the surface. But that's like a way to, like, kind of cater their perspective in a way that's more palatable to actually bring in the audience. And then once they have like that core fan base, then they can go on some more ratchet shit, right? And the formula is this. So you have like two guys. One of them appears to be illogical, right? And then he will have like these talking points and everything like that, right? And surround himself with a whole bunch of not so smart women. Let's just say these bros are dumb, all right? And they're only there to promote their OnlyFans. So, which is kind of ironic because they come here to get verbally abused by Fresh and Fit in their fan base, the same fan base that's actually gonna sign up to their OnlyFans, right? Or at least make them popular enough for them to just, like, they're advertising themselves. So it's more like a fetish of a lot of these guys, right? The audience per se, it's a fetish to them to actually see. It's like the type of thing that they want to say to a woman in real life, but they really can't because they don't have the balls to do so, or they lack the confidence to do so. So they're living vicariously through guys like Fresh and Fit, right? And it feels to me like they cannot tell the difference between being assertive versus being an asshole, right? Because from an outside looking in, there is no difference between being assertive and being an asshole. Hold up, what does that person say? Hey, bro, I gotta read it. I can't, it's hard for me to read your messages because I'm driving and everything like that, but I'm gonna check it out later, right? So, to a lot of these kids, right, let's face it, a lot of them are kids, right? They lack the maturity or the ability to express themselves in a way that is, that can actually get them the result that they want, which is at the end of the day, a woman that will love them the way they want to be loved, right? Unfortunately, they don't have the fortitude. They lack the confidence to be able to actually pull a chick, right? Or at least a chick that they want, right? So they're living vicariously to guys like Fresh and Fit. They're like, oh man, I wish I had the balls to tell a woman to tell a woman to get out of my face, to tell a woman this, to tell a woman that. Unfortunately, they can't, because deep down, when you pass all the anger, all the front that they portray online, they're simps. They're simps. They are incel, right? Involuntary celibate. So now Fresh and Fit, he's been doing too much in a way to kind of appease his fans. Because let's face it, OnlyFans and Fresh and Fit, they're like the two cheeks of the same ass, right? They're giving the audience what they want, which is a fetish. They're fetishizing what it is to be a man, what it is to be an alpha. Because how do I know? Because when they are met with true alpha, guys who don't actually have to put a label on themselves, calling themselves alpha, real men, real masculinity, when they get around that type of masculinity, they fold like bitches. You see how much he be losing his shit when it comes to Albert preaching. So then ask yourself, what exactly is true masculinity, right? What is that? What does that look like? I'm not talking about the caricature that is being portrayed as masculinity, right? I'm talking about like true masculinity. Has to do with competence. Because competence is what gives you confidence. If you're not a competent person, then you faking your confidence. That makes you a fake alpha. Where does the competence comes from? Your ability to get shit done, right? So your ability to get shit done, that's what brings you confidence. And sometimes it has to do with a skill, has to do with a level of having a skill set, having a level of talent. So before I was able to fix my own plumbing per se, right? And I thought being a man, part of manhood has to do with the ability to screw a lot of women, right? So then therefore my whole thought pattern was based on, oh man, I gotta be able to be able to say certain things, to approach women, to do this, to do that, and get as much coochie as I can. And I thought that's what made me a man, but it wasn't, right? Because I was just a fuckboy. That's all I was, right? I was just like, talking a good game, but deep down, I was still insecure about myself. Now, I have the ability to just say no, right? And to me, that's I don't know. it brings me a lot more value to myself when I can actually say no to women, when I can turn down women, whether it's their advances or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying this like, I'm just bragging about like, oh my God, I have bitches coming up left and right. No, I'm not saying that, right? But I have enough confidence in myself to know what I'm capable of, and to also not having to bother with some of these so that's it, like those distractions, right? Because there's two things in life, right? You can either pursue pleasure or pursue purpose. And to me, I try to stick to my purpose, and a lot of things that would actually deviate me from that, I tend to stay away from, right? And I think that's what a lot of people are missing nowadays, is not having a purpose in life. So to them, they feel like, oh no, these women don't want me to do this or that. Like, women attach themselves to men that are going places, that are going somewhere, right? So you can either fake being an alpha, or you can actually find purpose in life. So within that purpose, you train yourself to become competent, and in that competent, ooze confidence. And how do you get competence? By actually doing shit that actually matter, right? So whether it's own up on your skills, develop, having a talent, and you actually grow that talent to become like to do what you need to be done, and you be able to survive, go out there into the real world and talk to people, be able to I was talking to my cousin, right? And because I don't remember exactly where I got this quote from, but it says like the moment you realize, right, there's no one coming to save you, that's when you transform from a boy to a man. And it feels like a lot of these guys are looking for a savior. They are looking for a savior in the form of a relationship, in the form of women. It's like, okay, they feel like unless women are attracted to them or women want them, right, or they can pull chicks, they are useless. And what I'm saying to you is like, don't even worry about things like this, right? Worry about becoming competent first, and then women will come, because women like to attract themselves to winners. Now, you may argue like, but this is the message that Fresh and Fit preaches, right? To a certain degree, you are correct, which is why I said even a broken clock is right twice a day. To a certain degree, yes, they have the basic going on, but when you peel back the layers of what they're talking about, right, they don't teach you how to become competent. What they teach you is to have the fake bravado of what it's like to be a man. And real men see through that bullshit. Real men look at it like, these dudes are fake. They're faking it. They're faking their, like, do you believe, does any of you guys believe that Fresh and Fit, Myron Gaze, I think Myron Gaze, he will be able to pull chicks, right? With or without money. Maybe not the woman that he wants, but I think, to be fair, he has a good physique. I mean, even though he's losing the his hairline, he's losing, he's going bald and all that stuff. But I think, to a certain degree, yeah, with or without money. But let's just say, for the most part, a lot of these guys, without the money, right, without their ability to actually garner an audience from their crowd, to be able to have an income somewhat to maintain their popularity, they wouldn't be able to pull chicks, right? And that's why, that you could tell by the type of woman that they are actually garnering, because these are the women of low quality. These are the women of who actually wouldn't want anything to do with you unless you have money. So expressing yourself, talking about I'm alpha, I get bitches, and then turn around and criticize the type of woman that you can get. That just tells me water seeks its own level. The type of woman you get is the type of woman you get. Gold diggers. All right, so then what are we talking about? Can you pull a woman of quality? Can you pull a woman that's that would actually want you for who you are, not what you have? If the answer is no, then you still got a lot of work to do on yourself, right? So that's my perspective on that. And now that they got demonetized because of all the rambunctious, stuff they've been doing, acting very feminine, right? Very emotional. Because let's face it, Abba and Preach been crushing these guys. They've been trolling these dudes, and they just can't take it. They cannot stomach it because they're very insecure about themselves, right? Very insecure about themselves, and then when they get someone of a higher caliber that's actually exposing them, then they don't know how to handle it, which is why it's hard for them to take on criticism. They cannot face the level of criticism. And I'm not talking about trolling. I'm talking about having an actual discussion when it comes to their ideology. They cannot stomach it, right? Which is why their argument is based on women who doesn't, who lack the brain cell or the bandwidth to be able to have a logical discussion about their viewpoint. So now they got demonetized and they're not making as much money as they used to, and they want to put their content behind a paywall, and they've been bashing their fans for refusing to pay $30 a month, for content that, quite frankly, don't have a level of quality that's not gonna change. Like, how does Fresh and Fit actually improve your life, right? As a young man, how does it improve your life? It's like I call it just like it's like red pill porn or something, right? There is no quality, there's no substance behind their content beside you just want to watch a guy being an asshole to a woman. If that's your kink, then all right, I guess you should pay that $30 a month. But if you can see that on all the other podcasts that's offering pretty much the same thing, probably at a discount or for free, then why would you want to pay $30 a month to watch a guy just to be an asshole? There's plenty of other assholes out there that can actually do even way better than Fresh and Fit. So yeah, so they're losing their shit, and I think it's the beginning of the end for guys like Fresh and Fit, for the whole red pill saga and everything, because actual men now want to speak out against this bullshit. All right. So now, speaking of red pill content, I saw this video of two guys having a discussion about, one of them is an idiot, straight up idiot, the type of black woman is king, black woman is God type of, mentality, and versus another red pill dude that's on the surface he appears to be very logical, right? There are certain things that he said I didn't agree with, especially when it comes to, let's say, how people are created. Yes, man, we do have the seed, and we plant our seed onto a woman, but to make it sound like the woman is pretty much like there's the woman is nothing. It's like, this is the part that I disagree with, right? Because you don't get all your features from your dad, because you get you have 46 chromosomes, 23 of that comes from you, the men, and the other 23 comes from the egg, right? And then together they create the embryo. So then you get some of your features from your mother, you get some of your features from your father. But the way he kind of make it seems like you get all your features from your dad. Yes, you do get your sex, your gender from your dad, because we do have the XY chromosome, but the women get the XX chromosome, right? I don't like red pill content that make it seems like women are just useless. They have I think that's my biggest criticism when it comes to the whole red pill. It's not like they don't say things that is valuable, but it feels like they becomes the opposite side of extreme feminist, right? The third wave feminist. They become like the two cheeks of the same ass. So this guy, even though he articulates himself very well when it comes to this whole thing, because he's debating an idiot, but there's still some extreme views about him that kind of just almost like he's downplaying the role of a woman when it comes to creation, when it comes to society as a whole. And to me, it's like, and I think that comes from a single man mindset. When you don't understand the perspective enough of women, because like logic, yeah, you could have all the logic in the world, but emotions are just as valuable as logic. You know, it's like the order and the chaos. Too much order, right? There's crack in the foundation, and then there is it stifles creativity. You do need chaos and order, like the yang and yang. And a lot of these red pill content seems to me they just like they care, they only focus on the quote unquote logic of it, and which is why when you actually, when you get someone that is more balanced in their perspective, that's why they crumble. That's when they create this, like fresh and fit. They just throw a fit because they now have to deal with someone that is more balanced in their perspective, and they can actually maneuver out of their quote unquote logic. So yeah, so some of these guys have good points. Yes, they are very logical points, but it's not everything. They cannot teach you everything. Expand your horizon and don't just focus on red pill. Like, I'm so proud of my cousin right now. He when he got divorced the first time, he was very depressed. He was consuming a lot of these red pill content, and after a couple years, he was able to get himself out of that mindset, out of that anger stage, and got his shit together, and he became someone worthy of respect, and he got remarried. He's now living his best life. He's moved out to his parents and everything like that. He got his own place, moved out of the States, and he's doing good for himself, right? So, and to me, it's like the red pill movement is not the end all be all. There's some good stuff in it. Take what is necessary, but discard the bullshit. Because otherwise, you're just going to become this angry person, this angry individual that just, that portray this victimhood mindset. And you don't need that shit. Bad things happen to good people. So don't become evil because something bad happened, right? Take what you get from that experience and you caution yourself and surround yourself with good, decent individual. And yeah. So anyway, that's my perspective. Anyway, I'm your host, the Haitian. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here, guys. Peace. All right.